One of the biggest and best business lounges in the world is the Al Mourjan Lounge at Hamad International Airport, Doha. And this lounge is reserved for Qatar Airways own business class passengers. No entry for status holders here.
Hi, I'm Phil and I'm on a grey gap year. Quite quickly I bumped into Pudsey, or the Doha version of Pudsey, the big yellow teddy bear that everybody films, so I may as well start here.
The first issue you'll face with the lounge is finding it, which is partly due to a lack of signage, but partly due to the confusing layout of this airport. This is the main area plan, and this is the location of the Al Mourjan Lounge. So if you're facing the teddy bear, finding the lounge should be trivial. From the bear, go left between duty free and the Harrods tea room. The airport plan doesn't match reality though. It didn't feel this ordered when I was on the ground. And from the bear I went looking for a sign to direct me because I didn't know where it was. And I ended up taking a far more roundabout route.
There's the Al Mourjan Lounge. Alright, so up here is the Priority Pass Lounge. But it's full and you can see there's quite a decent queue there. Apparently if I go round behind Harrods, let's see if we can do that. Try my best not to get run over. Well, there's blame, there's a claim. Don't think that would work here, would it? So that's where I came down. That's Hamleys. And this is the lounge. So the teddy bear's over that way. And then we're going to go up here.
It was especially frustrating as this is the escalator I came down from transit security.
Alright, welcome to
Thank you, cheers.
The gatekeeper at the bottom of the escalator will check your boarding pass before you're allowed to ascend to the Al Mourjan Lounge. And that's the transit security hall that I went through.
Hey, how you doing? Very well, thank you, and you? Well, thank you.
The lounge is huge. Apparently it's over 100,000 square feet, which just seemed ridiculous when I read that. Except as you walk around, you begin to understand just how big this space is.
There's one restaurant on top. This is the main restaurant.
Okay.
So it's a la carte buffet and sushi bar concept. Also, there's another restaurant at the end. It's more like options, something quick. You'll find the showers inside, quiet areas. Also, there's restrooms and showers in that side behind that.
Okay. Do I need to book a shower?
Turn left as you walk into the lounge and there's a large open seating area, which I guess you'd call the main or central hall to the lounge. It's got coffee and soft drink stations, and these stations are dotted all over the lounge. And as you walk through the tastefully separated lounge seats, you get your first taste at the vast space that this lounge occupies. And behind this first lounge is a small dining area with buffet and snack bar, and the first thing that struck me was the number of chefs that were working here. And the second thing that struck me was the high level of presentation and attention to detail in these, well, rather simple dishes.
Presentation, that is fantastic.
Off this dining room is the children's play areas and the family areas. This small children's room didn't look particularly well equipped, and this would keep my younger grandchildren interested for about, I don't know, 5 minutes. The games room had a decent foosball table and one game console at the end, maybe a little better, but not much. And then further on down this corridor is the family's room, which I obviously didn't venture into, camera rolling. I walked back to the lounge entrance on the other side of that large sort of main hall lounging area to show you the different styles of seating and hopefully give you an idea of the scale of this lounge. I couldn't find any figures on the largest business lounge in the world by square feet, but I certainly didn't find anyone claiming to have a lounge that's larger than this one. Let me know in the comments if you know different. So back to the large polished metal sculpture at the entrance, and now we can explore the other half of the lounge. This half of the lounge is dominated by a giant water feature, a sort of reflection pool. And I haven't visited another lounge that's used its space like this, although I've visited a couple of lounges that have a footprint smaller than this pool. The grand staircase and chandelier lead to the bar and restaurant upstairs. I mean, this really is a stunning space. At the foot of the stairs, there's a little cake and drink station. And then going beyond the water feature, there's another lounging area. Again, it's nicely broken up, and it does seem to be at the quieter end of the lounge. It's got floor to ceiling windows, which give a great view of the planes. I mean, they're mostly Qatar Airways with just one lonely BA aircraft. And then walking back on the other side of the pool, there's a smoking room and a couple of sort of seating pods, if you like. Now, these would be quite peaceful, except this is a high traffic area, so you'd have lots of people walking past. And then through the doors into a separate seating area, which is sort of almost opposite or the other side of the main entrance. There's some light bites in here. I decided I was just too wired from my previous flight to rest and relax, so I went into the business centre and I got my laptop out. Hamad Airport is the hub airport for super connector Qatar Airways, so most passengers are transferring through and Doha is not their final destination. So to keep connection times to a minimum, flights seem to come in and out in about 3 waves over a 24-hour period. So the airport becomes extremely busy for 3 separate 90-minute to 2-hour periods during the day. But then in between these peaks, the airport is eerily quiet. I was getting tired and started looking for somewhere to take a nap. I found this alternative row of sleep pods next to the main entrance. To find them, turn right as you enter the lounge and then turn sharp right again, so you're sort of walking back on yourself. They do have a pod type of screen to them and a degree of privacy, but the couches are actually a really odd shape and they're pretty uncomfortable. I mean, I'm a side sleeper, which makes them even less comfortable. I mean, that is a deep contour on that couch. You can either sleep on your back or nothing.
This is not the greatest thing to try and sleep on, I'll be honest with you. It's a funny shape. You can't roll on your side, and when I lie on my back, I snore. So it's better than nothing, but it isn't as good as the napping couches they had in Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia. So yeah, I think it's time to freshen up, have a shower, maybe grab a bite to eat.
The Bog Standard Doha Shower Edition. And these showers are definitely above the bog standard. Towels and soaps are provided, there's toothbrushes, toothpaste, razors, all the usual amenities, and it is a great place to freshen up. I thought I'd try one of those quick change edits, but I don't think I pulled it off. Probably better than footage of me in the shower though, I'm not sure. You tell me what you think. So I'd had a nap and I'd freshened up, and it was time to ascend the sweeping staircase with a chandelier to the main bar and dining room. It was breakfast time in Doha, so the bar had juices and champagne on self-pour. And I decided to go for an Eggs Benedict with some asparagus. It was absolutely outstanding. It was a really, really good breakfast. The bread was ever so slightly too thick, but apart from that, it was 100%. And the buffet concept is varied with hot and cold options, lots of well-presented chefs who are clearly proud of the food that they produce.
Morning chefs, how are you?
I'm good, sir. How are you too?
I'm very good, thank you. This looks amazing.
Yeah, thank you.
I've just had an Eggs Benedict and it was absolutely fantastic.
Thank you, sir. All good. How are you?
Thank you chefs. It's appreciated.
But while I was having a look at the buffet, I was told to stop filming. Qatar really doesn't like filming, but in this case it was specifically the use of what they said was professional equipment, namely my GoPro.
I'm very well, thank you, and you? Excellent.
Take the video from the...
And filming on my phone was perfectly acceptable. I could do what I liked, which I found very, very odd. So I just put my camera away and I made my way to gate C19 at the other end of the airport for my flight to Bali. This was due to be my first flight in Qatar's fabled Q-Suite. And there was also an issue with me filming on that flight. So if you'd like to know what happened, then this should be the next video you watch. So I hope you've enjoyed the video. And if you have, perhaps you'd be kind enough to give me a like and consider subscribing to the channel. You know, your support, it really does mean an awful lot to me. So thank you for watching and joining me on my Grey Gap Year.